So, mark making. How many varieties of line can you get? So far, just using a few. This month's emailing will be on mark making, so I'm concentrating on that a bit. But I should actually do a demonstration where I can show you how important it is to get a range of marks. I'm not really doing that here, but maybe a bit. How many different kinds of marks can you get? How many different kinds of marks can you get? We got back here, got even a 7B. Be afraid of switching your tools. Remember, the point is that as this mark comes out of you, you have to be enamored by it. You have to enjoy it. Every mark is fascinating in itself. So, the quicker you experience that, the better. You're just going to use that in your art all the time. How do you make each mark fascinating in itself? And as I'm making this, that's really the fascination for me. It's just the mark. Whatever else I'm doing, you're doing something else, obviously, too. You have more intention than just scribbling, hopefully. But that scribble in itself is a large part of the fascination of the whole process. So, it helps to know this. It was what's missing. I mean, so many people are after some elusive thing like talent, whereas simple truths can be staring you in the face. You have to, first of all, just experience the variety of marks that come out of your pencil, your brush. You have to experience that and enjoy them. And from that, all your techniques develop. It is simply the case that happens. If you don't enjoy each mark as it's coming out of your brush, you're in trouble. You have no basis to create anything then. So, pay attention to mark making. Pay attention to how every stroke goes down in your work. Probably do something with this. I mean, I could just leave it, or I could go on. It's darker. Like how different pencils will give you different marks. So, you know, that's something you explore. You try different materials. But always it comes back to the point. How beautiful is this mark coming out of my instrument right now? And the answer has to come back that it is beautiful, and that it is enjoyable to produce, and that it's self-sustaining. And whatever marks you put down in pencil, the same thing applies for the marks that you put down in paint. Whatever you're using, a brush, a scraper, a mop, it's all a mark. So, I guess what I want to say in this piece is that that is the subject of the work, always, the mark making. Every time you touch, every single mark is the subject being made clear. Every time you touch the surface, actually every time you even perhaps touch your palette, there's a touch to that too. So, the painting is about the marks. And that as you learn and as you go on, the key thing really is that you have to find your method of making the marks that is natural and that it's automatically beautiful. There's no argument about this. It's not as if you have to defend your stance. It's just you have to come to see and believe that as the marks come out of you, they're automatically beautiful. And then once you see that, you're in a position to do something with them, with those marks. It's a very natural thing. It's not highfalutin, it's not complicated. It's just obvious that those marks are the subject, and they are the motivation behind the whole thing, really. So, and the thing that keeps you going too, as the longer you do this, is your repertoire of marks actually expands. You can do a lot of different things, and you're constantly discovering new ways of making marks. And that range is what's interesting. That range is what allows you to do things with these marks. Otherwise, you're just scribbling. And scribbling is fine too, but you'll run out of energy scribbling before too long, because you'll somehow sense one scribble is the same as the other. And in a sense, that's true. Each one of your pictures will be the same too. But the range is what keeps you going, because while there is repetition, there's also excitement and variety. And that just keeps you moving. So, the whole thing. And brushstrokes too. Brushstrokes are really mark making. And as you go on, you will overpaint, change things, but be careful that you're aware that as you overpaint, it can be canceling a mark. So, while it's okay to overpaint, you have to be cautious that you're not constantly canceling your own mark and something else is not replacing it of equal value, at least. That's a big thing, actually. That's where overpainting comes from. You're putting more paint on, more paint on, more paint on. But you've canceled some initial mark, and nothing of any merit has replaced it. So that's why you constantly go back. Where's the energy of the mark? And if you lose that energy, you have to replace it. That means going back and restarting or just repainting. You can get a very fresh effect from repainting. Always I'm watching. I'm watching every stroke is what I'm watching. Watching how everything comes together too, of course. Just, I guess the point is be very watchful always when you're painting. Now I'm gonna, wow. Every mark, even those where I'm just filling in, every mark is important. Absolutely, every mark is important. So you have to be watching. Okay. So the subject of the painting is the mark. It's not a landscape. It's the mark. It is a landscape too. I'm just putting in a few extra things. Okay. Okay, now a few smaller things that I'll put in at the end. Again, marks are lovely and important. This is kind of hard to do. Overbearing there. Overbearing there. Hard to control that. So, this is a Mark II that I make. Okay, took that out, I'll leave that. Every gesture is a mark. We'll call this little piece done.